Hey guys, it's Sparkle here, and today we are going to be reviewing the Arrtx Oros brush marker set. Let's get straight into the unboxing. Alrighty then, here I have the 90 marker set, and this is how it looks on the outside. I love how they've designed the box, and the pattern on top is actually so cool. Okay, let's open it up and see what's inside. So the first thing I saw was this little sheet that gives you information about what comes with the pack and other cool features of the set. The next thing I saw was this postcard from Arrtx that you can completely customize and send to someone. Then we have this swatch sheet that we will be using later on, and it's actually going to be really useful since you have 90 markers in this set. Then we have this thank you card from Arrtx, and we have some cool stickers. I love the design. And we have these support frames that you can use when you're storing the markers. We'll have a look into that afterwards. And we also get this cool bag with the set. First off, the pattern on the outside is so cool, and secondly, it's super functional because on the inside you get 2 pockets, and you can also store your markers in there to take on the go. And we also get this strap with the set as well that you can attach to the bag, and this plastic cover to keep your markers safe. And finally, we get to the part I was waiting for when I was opening up this box, the markers. And here are the grids we get to store them as well. Alright then, time to focus more on the marker. So this is how the marker looks. You get a brush tip and a chisel tip, and it's got this kind of triangular shaped barrel. You have the color and the number on top on the lid, and this is how the nibs look close up. And if we were to compare this to an Uhuhu marker, I'd say one of the main differences is the size, because the Arrtx one seems to be bigger. Also just the shape of the barrel, because one is more triangular and one is more circular. The Uhuhu marker also has a line marking one side or like one of the nibs, and the way that they're labeled on the lids, the colors are a bit different, but I think they're both amazing. Time to start swatching, and just as I began swatching, I realized that the cap of the marker does not fit on the other side, while some markers do. This isn't something that personally bothers me, but it might bother some people. So yeah, just to let you know, the cap does not fit on the other end from what I've noticed. Swatching took me a pretty long time, but that makes sense because this is a 90 marker set, and from what I did notice, there is such a good variety of colors. Like even the way the swatch card is arranged is really cool because you get your pastels on one side and your darker colors on the other. And by the way, this set does come with a colorless blender. I don't really use it a lot, but for anyone who does use it, you might be happy to know that this set does come with one. I'm actually really happy that the set comes with a swatch card that you can color in, because it just helps you get a feel for your markers and just know what colors you have available, and I just find it better than a printed one. But anyways, here's how the finished swatch card looks. As I said before, you get a lot of colors in this set, and it's arranged in a really nice way so you can easily find colors that you want, whether it's pastel or dark, just by looking at the side they're on, and I just think that's pretty cool overall. Okay, now onto the storage. So like we looked at before, this set does come with grids for storing your markers, and it kind of forms like this marker tower in a way, and you can put your markers in any order you want and customize it, which I love, and this is how I arranged my markers. After doing that, I had a look at a little manual card, and I wanted to try using these support frames because they're meant to keep the grid stable. So the assembly is really easy, really quick, and this is pretty much how I did it. Once I got one up and ready, I did the other two, and they looked like this. It's really easy and convenient, especially to have on your desk, because you can just take your markers out, you have everything in front of you, and they will be arranged pretty neatly all the time. Alright, now continuing with the entire idea of storage, these bags are really good to store your markers if you want to go outside or just travel somewhere else with your markers, and it's really cool because the grids fit perfectly into the bag, plus you have 2 pockets like I said before, and it's easy to carry. You also get this kind of plastic protection sheet that you can put on top to keep your markers safe, and you get this strap with the cool Arrtx logo on top, and that just makes it even more convenient when you want to take your markers with you on the go. Now this next item isn't something that came with the set, I think, but it came with my package when I ordered the markers, and it's like this little folder to put your sheets in, like your artworks, and it's got the Arrtx logo on the front and some cute writing on the back. Alright then, let's try and experiment with the markers. So we're going to start off with the nibs and see what they can do. Of course, these nibs can do so many things, but I just tried out a couple of ideas here. And they are definitely very flexible. I'm really happy with the brush tip and the chisel tip because they both come to a nice fine point, but they can also draw thick lines and it's not really streaky as well. Alright, now let's go on to the blending, and from my experience I've noticed that pastel markers blend generally easier than darker markers, so I chose some kind of darker slash kind of mid-tones. So I chose a green, a blue and a purple, and I did have a bit of trouble blending the purple and the blue, but I think we got it in the end. But the green and blue was completely seamless, and I also tried to use the colorless blender. I honestly don't know how to use a colorless blender like the right way. I just experiment and use it however I need for a drawing. Okay, it's time to draw now. So since we are using markers, I thought I'd use some thick paper, so I got out this 220 GSM paper and we're going to be drawing on that. I'm not sure why, but I've kind of been feeling a little unmotivated lately to draw, and I've kind of like had this art block. But I usually, when I get art block, I try to do some fan art. So today we are going to be drawing Mabel Pines from Gravity Falls in my style. First off, let's finish up the line art, and I'm actually using this new fineliner that I got. It's like this maroonish color, and I just thought it might add a soft touch to the illustration. So let's see how that works out. By the way guys, let me know down below in the comments what kind of videos you will be interested in, because do you guys like review videos or sketch with me videos or tutorials? Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear and take that into consideration when I'm making more videos next time. Anyways, with the line art done, the next thing I did was try and pick out some of the main colors that I was going to use to color in Mabel, and of course this set provided me with so many options. Alright then, let's dive straight into the coloring, and while that happens, I just want to talk to you guys about my thoughts on the set and the pros and cons. Alright, let's just start it off with the pros. So first off, this set does come with 90 markers, and if you're a beginner or you need like a lot of colors, this set really does have it all. It has a lot of gray tones, a lot of dark tones, pastel tones, and it also has a lot of skin tones as well, which I'm really happy about. It's lacking in the mid-tone skin tone range, but otherwise it has a lot of skin tones, and there's a lot of different colors, different shades and varieties, so that's a good thing. The set also comes with not just the 90 markers, but also a woven bag, and you get a strap and plastic cover so you can take it on the go. You get stickers, a postcard, support frames and a plastic grid, everything you need for storage as well, which is amazing. Also, this marker does come with a brush nib and a chisel nib, and you can actually do so much with those two nibs, and brush nibs are just really easy to blend with, so that's definitely an advantage. Now, as for the cons, I don't really have a lot of major disadvantages with this set. I'd say that they're all pretty minor ones, like for example the cap doesn't fit on the other end of a marker, and the set could have had just a couple more skin tones on a different kind of range, but I think other than that the set is pretty good. As for my final thoughts, I personally like this set, but if you're going to buy it, it definitely depends on you, what your style is, what you're going to use the markers for, and the range of colors you need and the supplies you need with it. So I'd say definitely do your research and see what works best for you. But like I said, I personally like this set a lot. But anyways, let's talk about this drawing for a bit. So what I did was I started off with the skin, and I tried to go with a different kind of coloring style, and I tried to use more purples and pinks to shade in the skin, and I kind of like how that turned out as well. And then I went on to the hair, and usually what I do is I apply a base color and then work on top and blend things out. But today I tried to just add the dark colors and the kind of lines to indicate where the hair strands would be flowing, and then I took the base color and went on top, and I think this definitely helped everything to blend. And I also used up less ink than I usually would, and I definitely like the effect as well. I chose to draw Mabel specifically is because she has such a bright color palette, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to use the markers, and I used a lot of colors for sure, and I definitely like how the end result turned out. The markers were really nice to work with, the ink applied really smoothly, and a lot of the markers were like super juicy, especially the darker ones. The pastel ones were also amazing, and they're just really good at blending. And for the first coat of the sweater, I didn't try to make it really smooth on purpose because I knew I was going to blend it out anyway. So once I added the shading with this kind of purple marker, then I took the base marker again and I tried to blend it out, which you can see me doing right now, and this is how that turned out. After finishing up with that, I went into coloring the skirt, and that was pretty simple as well. It was just purple with some purple shading on top, and I used some blue marker as well just to add a cool effect. For this illustration, I did keep switching between using the brush nib and the chisel nib of the markers, and I think one of the main things I like about them is just the variety of different lines you can get. You can get thick and thin like I said before, and they're honestly just such a nice combination of nibs for a marker, and I definitely think they worked really well together. Now for the background of the drawing, I did just go with something pretty simple, but I tried to make sure that the colors on her sweater kind of matched with the colors in the background just to make it a bit more cohesive. And what I did was I used the purple, aqua, and orange color that I used for the colors shooting out of the star to color in the rainbows in the background as well. And then I used the yellow color that I used to color in the star itself to color in the sparkles in the background. And just to fill in those blank spaces and make things pop even more, I used a light blue and a light purple. After this point, I pretty much just got out my white gel pen and added those highlights near the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and pretty much everywhere. And that was definitely one of my favorite parts. It always is. Anyways guys, that is it for today. I hope you found this video useful, and this is how the final drawing turned out. Let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. Other than that, have a fabulous day. Stay awesome as always, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys!